If you have ever finished a print and thought to yourself, this is beautiful, but I want more. I want more color, I want more texture, I want more depth, I want more complexity. This video is for you. Today, I am moving beyond single color printing and moving into multi-block registration. And I am going to be completely honest with you. I created these blocks a while ago, and when I did the registration, I kind of eyeballed it. And it was okay, but I think we can do better. So today I am trying out a proper registration method, and we're going to figure it out as we go together. And before I get into it, my free block printing tools and materials link is listed below. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I post block printing content every other week. So the design I'm working with is a moth and a moon. What makes this design interesting from my perspective is I incorporate a puzzle block, meaning I have two different colors that I ink up and then they come together like a puzzle, and I print that. And then I do a second layer that's black that gives you all the detail. So it's really magical. So like I said, I originally printed this just by eyeballing it. I printed out each layer from my Procreate file, and then I just set my blocks on top of that and hoped for the best. It worked technically, but if you look really close, you can see lots of areas where things don't quite match up the way I would like them to. So today I want to try something more precise. And the method I'm going to use is a cardboard jig. First, I'm going to print each layer separately from my Procreate drawing. One for the moth and the moon, because those puzzle together, and then one for the moth details, which I'll print in black. So these printouts will become my templates for cutting into my cardboard. First, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of cardboard to the size of my paper, which is 4 by 6 inches. Then I'm going to use each printout to mark out exactly where the block sits, cutting into the cardboard so that the blocks can drop right in. So let's see if it works. Okay, the first 2 steps are the same as any block printing project. I'm going to ink up my gold moon, and I'm also going to ink up the background color, which is a rust color I mixed up myself. Now the part I was worried about is moving these inked up blocks into my template. So as carefully and as gracefully as I can, I pick up the moon and slide it over to the jig, and I do the same thing with the rust colored background block. Next, I take my first pancake paper, which has a scuff on it, and I go ahead and I print the first pull. And when I pull it off, it is definitely a first pancake. I haven't used as much pressure as I need to, and so moving forward, I'm going to be extra careful to get all that pressure that I need. So now it's the same process as any block printing project. You just rinse and repeat. So I carry on and I keep inking up the blocks, placing them in the jig, and then printing this first layer over and over again. And as I print more, I start adding them to the drawing line that I have in my house. You'll see me walk over there and you'll see the print slowly start to increase on the line. And that's it. That's the first layer. The thing about the first layer is it's pretty low stakes, right? We don't know if the next layer is going to lock in on top of the first layer. So this first one, we're just practicing using the jig and we're printing, and when we come back tomorrow, we'll see how it goes. Today I am going to print the black layer that's going to go on top of this first layer we did yesterday. I have already prepared my template using the same method that I showed when I made the first one. So I'm gonna ink this up and print my first print, and I'm gonna do it on our first pancake from yesterday, so the one that has this scuff on it, so if it turns out bad, first pancake, it doesn't matter. All right, let's go. Okay, day 2. I'm gonna start out by inking up my black block, all the details. And I love this part because you get to see when you put that ink on for the first time, all those juicy details really show up nice and crisp and clear. And the next step is where we really see if this whole thing is going to work out. So I take one of my prints from yesterday and I place it on top, and we're going to do our first print to see if these 2 jigs kind of lock into place together. And when I pull it out, No, they don't quite lock together, but I will say that this print is better than the one that I eyeballed. So that's progress. Okay, and so now these next few clips, you're gonna see me pulling a print again and again and again. And in each one, I'm slowly making little changes to my jig to try to get everything to get into better alignment. And in the end, I have to say, I just decided this is close enough. This is good enough for me, and I'm happy with the way the print looks. It could be better, of course, but I'm happy with it. So this is the last print. You can still see it's a little bit not quite in alignment, but there we go. All right, well, that didn't go how I hoped it would go, but you know what? Block printing and registration, they have a learning curve. I said from the start that I was tackling this from a very beginner's perspective, and you got to see a beginner struggle through it. What I've learned is if I were going to use this method again, I would have my blocks be a set shape. So every block would be a square and it would drop into that cardboard and it would be very linear and straightforward. Having these very organic shapes and little curves and twists definitely made the process more difficult than it needed to be. But at the end of the day, I like to block print because I have fun doing it. I like the problem solving aspect of it. I get to carve something and create something, and I love the print that I made. And they're just off camera right over there, and even from like my peripheral vision, I can see those moths. I know the story behind them. I know what it took to create them, and that's what it's all about. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm pretty surprised with how it all turned out, to be honest. I hope that sharing something that doesn't work out is reassuring and encouraging. I make mistakes. I have to figure stuff out. We're all humans trying to do that. And I just wanted to share what really happened. So thank you so much for watching. That free tools list is down in the description if you are interested. And I will see you next time. Bye.